You are listening to Stoic Calm. This is Transparency and Merit. I'm Brian, and we have Joe here.
Oh yeah, we started. It's October 25th already, 2021, and I watched or listened to a podcast today by one of our listeners here, the High Ridge Estates dude, and he's got a good podcast. You should listen to it if you like that New York kind of thing. I do. And it is Stoic Calm. Nobody needs some stoicism, some stoic calm like you today. Well, you have quite a story, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. I think that's a good story to tell maybe on our way out the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna well, I might just add this in. They're gonna have a bust of
They're planning it, or they already did.
Huey P.
What's up,
Newton.
Aaron?
Yeah, Huey P. Newton. They're doing a bust of him, and
where are they going to put it?
In Oakland. I think they did it yesterday.
Where?
Oakland.
Oh, that's where he was. That's where he lived. That was his whole thing. Was Oakland. Now, what did Huey Newton do? It's not Huey Lewis.
No, Huey P. Newton.
What did he do?
He was part of the Black Panthers. He was a cop killer, and an all-around he's made out to be a hero, but he's really kind of more of a scumbag. There's an interesting interview with him on God, I can't even remember his name now, but let me see here. Let me see here if I can remember his on Crossfire.
I agree. We should talk about Huey Lewis. That's the Huey. Is there any other Huey?
No. And bear with me, guys. I'm being I just want to remember the person's name. Huey Newton. Let's see here. Oh, Firing with William F. Buckley. There's a 59-minute interview, and it's an interesting interview with Buckley. He was kind of a stoic person, but at the end of the day, he was a Marxist, and he ended up dying. I believe he was a crack fiend, and a drug dealer killed him, and now they have a bust over him, which is I don't know. I guess because he supposedly stood up against police brutality, that made him a great person, even though a lot of that stuff I think was hyperbole and over dramatized nonsense. I don't think the police were as bad as people make it out to be, and right now there's a lot of revisionist history.
There sure is.
And again, history is right now the left is in charge. Before, the right was in charge. But the left makes some of these individuals out to be much more heroic and noble than they are, and really.
I'll tell you right now, one of the worst developments that's come along, and I'm not talking about necessarily revisionist history, but I'm talking about people who should be more outspoken, and it's probably the right. But I'm surprised that there were people on the right who were giving our good old comedian over there, oh, what's his name? Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle gave, had I forgot what it was, an interview or maybe a special. And he was applauded by people on the left, which is kind of to be expected, and by people on the right, which was a little shocking. And there was a lot of really great reactions to it. But
Well,
if you went through any of that show that he had done, it was disturbing on so many levels. Like his true, it's kind of the heart of a lot of his comedy. It was in that, and it was. I can't believe there's so much support for Chappelle.
well, conservatives are taking it on the chin. I mean, normally they wouldn't like if conservatives weren't so censored, and they look for anybody to champion their cause. Dave Chappelle is not somebody that conservatives thinking or anyone that is objective in thinking should really champion.
Do you know who Kevin McDonald is?
Yes.
So he wrote this about Chappelle. Give me a second here. It's a small paragraph. People who tell the truth on sex and gender are canceled, but it is interesting that there are some exceptions. Black comedian Dave Chappelle seems to have survived a torrent of abuse, and he's rather unrepentant. And not only that, he got off the reservation on it's amazingly the Jews taking over the world. Not a good idea for someone in show business to be pushing. So far, Netflix is standing by Chappelle. I suspect he feels he has enough money. Netflix budget for the closer was $24 million, and I very much doubt that his live performance audience will desert him. Of course, that raises the question of why other wealthy, famous people don't get off the reservation. Very few do. So Chappelle definitely has balls. So there's favorable reactions. I was surprised to hear that from Kevin. This is on par with favorable reactions Dave Chappelle received from conservatives because he has objected to, in many respects, the trans movement, because he's outspoken on that. And he, you never. I'm not saying that I disagree with that entirely, but he's he's survived a lot of stuff. He's survived a lot of pretty harsh comedy.
Well, I remember what he said about Candace Owens, and again, I am not, I'm not, thinking that everything that Candace Owens says is correct or right. But he said Candace Owens had a smelly, blank. And
pretty sure you could say it here on YouTube.
Yeah, I just don't want to say it. But and then he said that because he was talking about George Floyd, who, like, I mean, I put pressure on the back of my neck, and I don't think you can, like, it's here where the breathing apparatus is, but the back of the neck, I don't know if you can asphyxiate that way. I mean, but either way, he said he didn't deserve, because Candace Owens said, we champion blacks regardless of whether they're, and I'm kind of paraphrasing here, but even if they're degenerates, and other groups don't do that. And she's saying that he didn't deserve to die, but that's still the case.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just said, well, however it was, then he said, well, however he is, he didn't deserve to die. And Candace Owens never said that. And like I said, I don't think there are any good, all the really good cultural warriors on this issue have been completely canceled. Like who really.
Look at Brian defend another grifter.
Yeah, I guess I'm not Look, I'm not. I'm just. Well, is Dave Chappelle a grifter? Everything that's true.
In my opinion, I'm not sure if maybe you were defending maybe somebody else. I think you were talking about somebody else from the media. I don't know if that Dave Chappelle's just rich. I'm rich, biatch.
He's wealthy, and he believe. I think both Candace Owens and Dave Chappelle both believe in what they say. And they've made a profit. Dave Chappelle has made much larger profit, and he is a comedian. Who was Gavin McInnes? He was also a comedian, but he got canceled right away. Mm-hmm. Gavin McInnes actually was the one who, I guess, thought of the Proud Boys. I guess it was. Oh, what's that?
Yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, Gavin McInnes, the comedian, he was the one who came up with the name, the Proud Boys, and Gavin wasn't funny. Well, and Gavin's in your neck of the woods, High Ridge Estates. He is in New York. You know what?
Oh, there's Dennis chiming in. What's up, Dennis?
How is he a racist? How is Gavin? Is Dave Chappelle a racist?
I say he is.
Yeah, he makes a lot of comments. He's a Muslim. We have this other guy, Gauthier. What is it? His name is Gauthier, who is from. His parents are from Nigeria. And Godfrey. Godfrey's parents are from Nigeria, and he complains about white supremacy. And he says that white people are the most dangerous people on earth. And I almost want to ask him, hey, Godfrey, did your parents make a mistake when they immigrated to America from Nigeria? Just a thought, because if white people are the scariest, most terroristic people on the earth, you're moving. His parents moved to that nation. Maybe they should never have left, because white people are the biggest terrorists on earth. That's what Godfrey said on Vlad TV. So yeah.
Vlad TV is controlled opposition from my perspective. Owen Benjamin, by the way, are you a fan of Owen Benjamin? Are you aware of what he's done? Are you aware of the Bear Trail?
I may know who he is, but at this moment, it's not ringing a bell.
Oh, Scott, you are aware. Scott's aware of. He's pretty interesting. He's an interesting guy. He's a controversial comedian. I think he's really kind of into. He's kind of got the alpha male attitude. I can't tell if I'm going.
So he was kind of cutting off.
Okay. I just turned off my stream's not too strong.
It was raining outside today, and I fell and I hurt my leg, and it is like so. Joe,
not a Dennis Leary fan. What do you think of Dennis Leary?
He's interesting. I don't know what he's like today, and a lot of people are afraid of the woke mob because they cancel everything. Like I said, I think Dave Chappelle has black privilege to a degree. He can certainly say things that others can't say. And yeah, I never really found. I don't find Crowder funny. I don't find, even though I agree with her perspective, I don't find Crowder funny, and I don't find who was the guy I was just talking about? High Ridge Estates. God, I can't even remember his name. The guy who invented the Proud Boys. Not really invented them, but he came up with the name. Uh, Gavin McGinnis. Yeah, I don't find them funny, but they do say things a lot of times that are true. Just as I think that Tim Pool also says a lot of things that are true. That's just my opinion. I mean, I think he's a major red pill.
Dennis Dennis seems to be going down his list of 80s comedians. Andrew Dice Clay.
Master of Rope says, "Put my white privilege away." Yeah, Andrew Dice Clay. There was a comedian for you, a Jewish comedian, and he would. I don't think he would ever be tolerated today. An Andrew Dice Clay. I remember when he went on Saturday Night Live, and Laura Dunn basically didn't want to go on. I don't, like telling jokes wasn't meant to be real or serious. It's a joke. And there are real problems out there that we're not dealing with at the moment. We have like in California, we have a horrible homeless crisis. We right now, I think we're having a shipping crisis, what is it? A shipping crisis. I don't know what the what do they call it? All these things at the docks.
Sort of like an embargo. Yeah, it's almost like an embargo.
No. By the way, I put the last show on private because Willie. Well, actually, this is the second show that I had with Willie that I had to put on private because Willie promised me he would behave, and he basically said that he was laughing about you know I'm not going to use the R word, but you can go to a bar and there are certain things you can put in a woman's drink that will, and I said, Willie, I disavow. Don't agree with what you're saying, and let's not go there. I mean, I think Willie, if he were a comedian, he would absolutely be canceled. Willie is, I believe he's an Alaskan fisherman who is aficionado on Alaskan, what is it? What is he? An ice fisherman, and or like a I forget what kind of fisherman he is, but it's really hazardous, and he's really into the Eskimo culture. I think he might even be.
I don't know if he's still fishing. I think he works for the government out there, though.
Yeah, but
Yeah, you know what though? If he's saying something and he's joking around, I mean that's
the problem is we don't know like if YouTube will find our jokes funny, and I didn't find it offensive. It's just it's against YouTube's standards and guidelines, uh, and I guess I think maybe people out there, if they hear certain things, they could be inspired to do something like that. Which, like, you're a grown adult. If you're inspired,
Ryan, we're not that influential. I hate to say this. I hate to break it to you.
no, we're not.
If we were influential, if we were signed somewhere, then I can understand what you're saying, but I say let it fly, motherfucker.
So he was saying that Willie was one of the best shows that I've done. Well, I
I
guess.
agree.
Did you?
I agree. Damn stupid thing. You know what though? Listen, I wouldn't give that any kind of I wouldn't pay much attention to any of that. If somebody says a joke on the show, so what? Can we bring some
Well,
people in?
You want to bring some people in? Let me invite some people in
Let's
here.
see what happens. Let's.
No, let me go in here. I think
Anybody here? Is Dennis here? Where's Dennis?
I can go. You know what? How about I go in here?
Kings, you're here. We're live.
Yes, I am.
We're
I'm
live.
here.
We are.
How are you, Kings?
Hello, Mr. Brian.
Yes,
Kings,
right.
I fell today and I hurt my knee.
We have a story to tell.
Aww.
I don't think we should tell the whole story.
No,
You're too sensitive. But Brian fell down today, and it was rainy here in Los Angeles. He slipped, and his knee seems like it busted up. So
yeah,
he needs some love.
it hurts.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that you are okay. Get well, try to be more careful.
Now, let's see who this Hulk Hogan is. Hello.
For me? I thought we were talking about something else.
Hello, Mr. Hogan. Are you here?
Jeez, I mean,
Yes, I am here.
Oh, you're on both platforms. Okay. All right. So.
Okay. Yeah.
You only need to be on
I have to go get a cup of tea.
Just have a cup of tea. I don't know how much. I don't know if this is really the best idea.
Hello. I am here.
The
Welcome to the show.
devil's favorite
Thank you.
demon.
There we go.
Yeah,
Now, is this, wait, who's there?
All right, I got a quick question for you guys. By the way, Hulk is
I'm volume his
Oh.
turn now.
Hold on one second here.
What
Yeah,
you
yeah.
talking about?
Okay. What's your question?
All right, my question is for Dennis though. Even though he's not here, he's deaf in himself. Even though he wants a goddamn show so much, why? I can't do.
Okay. All right. Let's see what this. You're on with Mr. Midnight Movie with Brian. What's up,
Rope.
Yeah, hello, JP.
Yeah. You
JP?
have malice towards me, and I don't know why.
Here's the thing: I don't actually have malice with you. I just disagree with you and fuck with you because I feel like it.
But
And you take it as malice. It's just a little playful, being playful with you.
well, I don't know.
And you're taking it the wrong way.
Maybe you might be right. You might be right.
No, I don't mean any malice towards you. If you take it that way, that's your fault.
Actually, the videos he made of you were not in bad taste. I thought they were kind of funny, but they could, people could wreck us if they wanted to. I mean, it's been done.
True. That's
They can be
true.
real jerks.
Now, would you consider yourself a Stoic master?
Not really, because that's kind of boring.
I'm the same way. It's not that I find it boring. It's because sometimes I'm direct, and when I get direct, I talk like this, and my volume goes. It reaches a level, and it goes. And sometimes this is how I have to express myself. Otherwise, I don't say what I want to say. And some people, I've been accused of being an aggressor. I've been accused of being I don't know. I've been accused of a lot of things, but unfortunately, this is my tone. This is my volume, my tone, and that's how how I grew up talking. And unfortunately, I think it may disqualify me from stoicism. Oh well, I'm trying. Always trying to get a little
Well,
better.
I mean, I'm a failed Stoic myself. I'm not. It's something I try to be, but I certainly fail.
Are you talking stoicism?
Oh, there you are, Denny boy. How are you doing?
Fun. Are we talking being stoic?
Yeah, are you stoic, Dennis? Yes
Are you
or
a
no?
stoic?
I practice. Yes, I do. I find
How
it
do you-
fascinating.
How do you practice, Dennis? Tell us.
It's called disconnect and detachment from people.
No,
Yeah,
that's not
Without getting
stoicism.
emotions. Without getting emotional. Do not get emotional or do not be triggered. All right. And okay, explain to me what stoicism is, because I've been studying this for like over 40 years?
Well,
It doesn't sound like you have, Dennis.
I'll
All
tell
right,
you
then
what
tell me what it is.
I'll tell you
Tell
what I
me.
think it's not. I don't think it's avoiding a problem or people. Brian,
No, I
what
never said avoiding.
Yes, you did. Okay.
No.
It's not stoic to lie.
Listen,
Brian, what is a
it's
stoic?
not getting emotional about problems and showing them. It's holding them. It's dealing with them within yourself and not having it affect everybody around you. As long as much as you're getting stomped on the ground, you've got to hold your emotion. You have to, all right? So go ahead and tell me what this stoicism is. Go ahead, please, JP.
You want me to say, or
Brian,
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Brian.
all
I
right?
want to hear
Brian,
this,
can you
Brian.
tell us?
Well, for me, it's about processing my emotions, and for me, the main crux, and I have to remind myself of this. Someone's opinion of me is really not my concern. They're either telling the truth or they're telling a lie, or they're just misguided. I mean, either way. I probably, or more than likely, may not be able to change their opinion of me. I have my opinions. I think they're based on logic and reason, but other people may think differently. And I get my opinions from certain sources and certain people, and there are people, those sources people, I guess, have a problem with.
You get them from terrible sources, Brian. You get them from people like Tim Pool.
Where do you
Like,
get? Wait. Where are your reliable sources, and where do you get your sources?
I don't really have any sources because I don't really care much about politics.
No. Yeah, I mean, I do because I think it encompasses a lot, and I think right now we're going through a pandemic, and our whole economy and way of life has been changed, and political decisions are being made, and that does concern me. A lot of people are having knee-jerk reactions and things like that, and I don't think it's intelligent. I think people are not. I think a lot of people are not acting very wise, and I'm seeing a lot of morose, vindictive, and cruel people, and self-righteous, cruel people, and seems to be in charge of a lot of institutions right now, and that does kind of bother me. I mean, the thing is, I like movies, and the things that I liked and even that I loved seem to be taken over by uh, uh, individuals who aren't very popular and who are trying to teach us a lesson and not getting the other side. And things
There's
aren't.
still there's still good movies out there, Brian. Just because you might not agree with who's making it, it's still not. It doesn't make it a bad film, does it?
If a film, like if they deal with a political issue that I believe to be uh, that I think is untrue and leaves things out, like was it I don't know if it was Netflix or whoever had When They See Us, about the Central Park Five, and it was over dramatized, and it defamed our Justice Department, and when I weigh the evidence uh, of both the documentary by Ken Burns and the movie, when I weigh the evidence against other things that I've heard, I think, yeah, these guys were guilty, and there's a lot of things that they left out, and they wanted to make these guys into victims instead of the victimizers that I believe that they were. And that kind of thing bothers me. The rewriting of history, because it does affect our justice system and the way people look at things.
But it's a film, though. It's a movie. Why are you getting on? Oh God, that's ridiculous.
Well, no, but that film had it. I mean, films and movies have an impact. Have you ever heard of the movie Birth of a Nation?
Yes, I have. I've seen both versions.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the first one had a huge impact. So films have impacts.
Yeah, they do, but even though it has an impact, doesn't necessarily mean it's it's something you should probably be against, I would think.
Well, I mean, the documentary by Ken Burns was responsible for getting the charges dropped. And again, I don't think there was, at least not enough debate on the issue, and there were questions that I had that have yet to be answered. Because, yeah, I mean, and I don't want to go over everything that I. And Scott, if you want to come in and debate this issue, and just another, I mean, I haven't seen any debate on the issues, like where Ken Burns are the filmmaker of When They See Us, when they go into debate people who do not believe those people were innocent. Because there is, they confessed. I don't know if their confession tapes are still on YouTube, but they were. And you look at them, you get a different thing. And there were, they had assaulted a gentleman before who was badly beaten, and then they were not charged with raping her. They were charged with I forget what the charge was, but it wasn't rape. From my understanding, and I'd have to re-examine that, but the two groups never met, and there was no debate between the two, and they make it like an open and shut case, and that I don't like. It's a very myopic way to look at things, and they shut down debate, and we're dealing with policy and justice, and that's a bad thing.
It is terrible that a film did that, but doesn't necessarily. You shouldn't be blaming the film, though. You should be blaming the people that actually believed it.
Well, I mean, right now I blame an establishment that is censoring people, like it's censoring the internet. The internet's supposed to be the information superhighway, and I think that we are old enough. We are. I think human beings are wise enough to decipher information. And the people that are in control of the internet don't believe that. We can't even really talk and debate about this pandemic right now. And what is the best solution to this problem? And it's become, this thing. This is the kind of thing that should not be politicized. I mean, to me, this is like a war. We have an infectious disease, and we all have to come together with the best possible solution. And there's are the best possible trade-offs that we're, what are the possible remedies? What can we do, and what can we not do? And what are the pitfalls and what are not? And it seems like everybody wants us to fall in line. Everyone wants us to get the jab and wear a mask. And there's no question on how effective masks are, and how effective the jab is. There's no open debate on this issue.
Yeah, there's a reason for that. They want to control what everyone thinks.
Well, that's not good. I mean, That's not the type of society I want to live in. I don't want, I want to think for myself. I want to hear all information. Not interested in people controlling what I think. We certainly can't talk about the election, and there are still questions. Maybe the questions aren't valid, but they're not proving anything. They're just calling. I mean, all I hear them say is the big lie.
That whole election thing is a hoax on both sides.
It might be. But like I said, the establishment is not making things better. It's not calming people's fears. It's actually making people angry, because people that have questions that they think are legitimate, when they just lecture them and are sanctimonious and dismiss them, that pisses people off. And we have Dream Master again. Dream Master is in the. Do you have anything to add to what we were saying?
I missed it all because my computer crapped out. But we're at stoicism. That's
No,
right.
we're not. We're on something else, Dennis.
All right. Okay. I left at stoicism.
That's correct. Well, we were in a place. We're in a place of. This is no longer the information superhighway. It's the I guess it's the manipulation superhighway.
Yeah.
Being manipulated.
It's all propaganda that is being fed. All
Yeah.
right, because the pandemic is a good setup for this whole fucking scenario. Sorry for that word. And and they're feeding. Everybody's closed in and closed up, and all they get the only information they get are from newspapers, news on TV, and they don't get out and experience things. And if they do, they're shunned and the whole bit. And you want to get into anti-vaxxers and vaxxers and stuff? No. But this is a bad time for like humans, but that's okay. It's just a pandemic.
Right. Yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look,
Yeah.
Scott's here. What's going on? This is like a party.
Oh, there's Scotty too, Adi.
What's going on, gentlemen? Happy Monday.
I'm sorry. I meant High Ridge Estates.
It's fine. It's fine. They know my gimmick name, my real name.
I don't know what your show is called, but it's something with rye bread, and it's great.
It's pathetic.
It's
with not rye bread. You can find
it's
it
pathetic. That is a good
Yeah.
show, Brian.
Promote your show. Promote your show. With
I'm
Ryan.
You can
just
find it
saying,
on
you guys
Mixler.com.
Mixler.com. Now, Mixler's free, right? Or are you upgraded and all that?
There's a free plan, but I use a paid plan because I'm not just some bum throwing my
You're
shit
fancy.
up on YouTube. Oh, what's up, boys? How are you?
There's the shot.
Now,
Speaking of shots, can we move on to something a little more important, a little more relevant?
Yeah.
Alec
Yeah.
Baldwin, and got into a little fiasco recently around your part of the woods.
He's the king of memes now. He's on every meme, and they're all freaking funny, but it's all based on a lie. I can't believe it.
That's all set up. No, it's all set up, man.
It's all
set.
based
Conspiracy,
on a fucking lie.
conspiracy.
Brian,
How do you
it's all
how
a
do you get
fucking
loaded?
lie.
How do you know? Where's your proof?
Oh, suck it.
How do you get a loaded gun?
It's
Oh,
easy
man.
to see it.
What's the first thing on his resume? Is it working
Trump
with kids?
impersonator.
Is it what's the first thing on his resume, Brian?
Bad father.
Actor.
Bad father. Good one. No, he's an actor.
What was the first film I remembered him in was Married to the Mob. He was in Working Girl.
You already spoke about this, but nobody's talking about what really went down. But I'm sorry. Go ahead, Brian. Go ahead.
Well, all right. We have the devil's favorite in the room as well. We have that. Let's see who this is.
Yes. Uh-oh. That could only mean one thing.
He's
Trouble.
masturbating. That's the only thing it means.
Oh, God. Stop masturbating. Stop fapping immediately, Kings. It's
What
not
are
funny.
you talking about?
Disgusting.
Like, seriously?
God.
Oh God, just
Stop
put it
it!
away.
Guys, guys, that's enough of that nonsense. I will throw people off.
Okay, I behave.
I don't want to hear that nonsense, please. Just it's nonsense.
Oh, and Mandy is in
Yeah,
the
we're
house.
talking-
Mandy and
I
Susie.
thought we were talking about stoicism. I thought we were talking about stoicism.
We are.
and then we
Brian.
went to
Brian is
guys
demonstrating.
accidentally shooting people.
Well, I mean,
Brian is discussing this Baldwin situation with a level of stoicism that is unheard of.
Yeah.
well, yeah. Supposedly, a female got killed on the set of Rust. It was in New Mexico, and it was, I guess you know what? I'm not sure of all the details, and the details are going to start to come out. And before I make any judgments, I want to look at the case.
I hope you look at it with a very, very, I don't know what you call this, but I want you to look at it from all perspectives and not from the perspective that the media wouldn't lie to you. I would take it from the perspective that, sure, the media is going to report, but has the media failed you in the past? I'm going to argue it has. Whether you acknowledge it or not, it's definitely failed you in the past. And I'm not speaking for Brian. I'm actually asking him to look at the story through a different lens. And I'm not saying to be, take the same opinion as me, Dennis. I'm saying to just be open. If you're looking for certain things, maybe you could find them. I'm going to do the same. I'll be honest. I haven't given the story more than a minute of discussion or thought besides this. So we'll see.
It sounds like a tragedy. And I don't like. I don't want to. The memes and stuff. Some people are laughing. I'm not one that goes with that. I think the situation is tragic as of now, as the story unfolds. But we don't know.
It is unfortunate.
Not
Agreed.
anymore.
Unfortunate.
You have any gum left?
Oh, do I have any gum left? No, Mandy. Mandy, can you get me some gum, please? Go to the store.
That's funny.
I use gum as an appetite suppressant, and I don't think it works.
Do you eat it? Do you eat your gum?
Of course, gum doesn't work. It's not an appetite suppressant, though.
Bubble gum.
How many packs of
Bubble
gum
gum.
do you go through? Do you eat your gum, Brian?
No, I don't.
Eat
I
it.
don't swallow.
Why wouldn't you eat your gum?
Well, then how come does it work?
Your
anti
the gum
thing.
Oh,
the gum.
I got no teeth.
Kings, how many teeth do you have left?
I got all my teeth.
Hell yeah.
Brian, do you chew sugar-free gum?
I do.
Sugar-free gum.
Texas gum.
Sugar-free? No, that's good. That's
Look
good.
who else showed up. Brian's favorite.
Oh, great.
Hey, listen. I hear aspartame. Aspartame is bad sugar replacement.
It might
aspartame,
be. It's
I heard of this.
Brian, it's all of your. It's hard to find gum that is not sugar free. By the way, have you? No, I don't. My teeth are good. I've only lost a couple, but in my life, my teeth are good and strong. But Brian, have you? It's really hard to find gum with real sugar in it. So, do you chew gum that has some sort of sweetener, right, in it? Am I wrong?
Well, I guess it's artificial sweetener.
Yeah, get that extra shit.
Brian, do you remember?
I'm
Brian,
looking
do
here.
you
The
remember?
Anti-Defamation League has a Halloween. Anti-Defamation League League's Halloween costume guide is scary ridiculous. So the ADL has come along to save us all from the Anti-Defamation League faces backlash for guides avoiding gender norms for Halloween costumes. Just the news. Oh, isn't that great? The ADL says Halloween is a week away and your family might be brainstorming costume ideas. Check out our resources, reminders about how and why to avoid cultural appropriation, cultural stereotypes, and costumes that perpetuate gender norms. I think Scott followed these rules, by the way, when he dressed up. Scott, what was your first Halloween costume?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
The camera's on.
This is becoming very stupid. I asked a question, and
My Halloween costume.
First
I'll tell you my
costume
first
I
one.
remember wearing was a Ghostbuster one, and they were all men back then, at least. This
They
was
sure
before
were.
2016, so.
Which one? Were you the smart guy, the brainiac?
Now,
or were
Rope,
you, like
Rope. What did you, Ropey? What did you dress up as?
I dressed up as a vampire.
Oh, yeah, and then you became one.
Oh God.
You can be funny sometimes, Brian. That's
Well,
great.
thank you. Now, Dream Master, what was the first costume that you dressed up as?
my mom put me in a homemade cheetah costume, and that was my spirit animal that I adopted. Yeah. I was a cheetah with little ears.
Meow meow. Dream Master, is Dream Master here? The Devil's Favorite. What was your what was
Yes.
your first Halloween costume?
Yeah, you just asked me that.
You just asked him. Oh, are you talking about Master of Rope?
No, I already asked him. He was a Master of Rope, was a vampire, and then he became one. We're
that's
going
right.
to Dream Master.
Yeah, I was a cheetah. It was a homemade costume.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know what? Kings of Talk. Sorry, Kings of Talk. What was your first Halloween costume? Sorry, jeez.
I don't remember. The last thing I think I was Hook. Yeah, Hook.
You were Captain Hook?
Yep.
Joey, were you Peter Pan to his Captain Hook? What was your first? What was the first Halloween costume that you could remember, Joey?
I don't remember the first, but I remember my favorite was I dressed as my dad circa 1979. And I found like I had a bunch of his old clothes. it was nobody got it. It was just it made me laugh the whole night. It was just funny.
I dressed up as a flasher one year, and I wore my dad's old overcoat, like the black overcoat, and I just wore a Speedo underneath.
I'll be honest, Brian. I'll tell you something though that probably you don't know the story, and it's pretty wild. But I was in 11th grade. I was in senior year of high school, and Rick Schroeder went to my high school. Me, Rick Schroeder, and this guy Johnny and Jason. We had a big group of us. We all went to this place that had it was a hamburger place, and it was in Woodland Hills, and it's no longer there. But they had a big dance. It was an unusual place. It was a big burger joint, but they had like a dance floor in there, like for DJs and small bands would come in, and so they had a dance contest that Halloween, 1989, and I dressed up as an aerobics instructor, a female aerobics instructor. My friend's mom put makeup on me, and I fucking won the contest. I won $50, and I got my dinner was paid for that night, and it was insane. That was the most insane Halloween I think I've ever had. In fact,
Wait. And what was Ricky Schroeder?
I was wearing leotard,
What
leg
was Ricky
warmers.
Schroeder?
and
What was Ricky Schroeder? I know it with 80s.
He kind of boned out on like Halloween, of all, if you can imagine that. He met us there and then hung out with us, but he didn't dress up or anything, and then he ended up leaving. The Ricker. We gave him shit.
I never knew you knew Ricky Schroeder.
Yes.
I remember seeing The Champ when I was a kid. Now, I was Casper the Friendly Ghost, and Mandy, that was the first one that I remember. I think it was 4 or 5. 1974, I think it was. But Mandy was dressed up as her mom in 1978. And I wonder what Angela was, you know?
Angela has been a ghoul for every day of the year for a while.
Oh, damn.
She's like the Federal Reserve chair people. She's a ghoul. I challenge you.
Ah! Now that's
Mandy's too
funny,
young.
bitch.
Mandy's too young to be dressing up as her mom in 78. I think.
Yes,
But-
King.
Yeah.
Brian, what was your favorite outfit
Yeah,
to
but
dress
I
up?
think
You know, I really enjoyed it was with my aunt. Both my parents were out working, and my aunt, we carved a pumpkin, and we went out, and it was really innocent and good. And then the rest of the Halloweens, but yeah,
There he
There we
is.
King.
All hail to the Chief Kings.
Now, Kings? Are you losing weight?
Well, I lost about 378 pounds.
No, okay, you're lying. That's not.
No, I'm not.
Were you over
You
600 pounds?
lost? That's a lot of
No,
weight.
I weighed about 386 pounds, and
How much did you
within
weigh?
a week, I lost. Hang on.
I think you lost more like 8 or 9 pounds, Kings.
He's looking to see how much he lost.
Actually, I lost. I mean, yeah, I weighed about 385 or 86 pounds. Then I lost about, yeah, I weigh about 379 or 378 now.
I'm wondering if Master of Rope. Were you what about 380, maybe 400 pounds?
I'm not even in that. No, I'm a lot smaller than that.
Hmm. Are you in the 200 category?
Yeah, I'm around.
250 plus.
No, I'm not 250 plus. Fuck off. I'm like 230 right now.
Huh. Is it muscular, or do you got the belly? Or you got the buffet belly?
I don't have much of a belly. It's a little belly. I don't have the King's belly though.
Oh,
Shut
I wish
up.
I did.
No, nobody does. That thing is an awesome achievement of mankind. Kings, you rule.
Now, Mandy
Thank
is
you,
a
Jake.
big girl now, but I think Mandy was at one time a big girl, maybe, or maybe not.
I will say this, that June was a roid rager, and probably got very strong at one point, and now he's off the juice. So
Good.
good on.
Good. Now, Joey, were you ever a chubby little boy?
I had a little chub. Yeah.
So Mandy says she was never a chunky child. But, you know, I'd have to see a little childhood picture to see if she was chunky monkey. Are you shaking your head no?
Nope.
I had, you know what?
Somebody's
I'll tell you what.
fapping.
I will tell you the fattest I
It's
ever
only men
got.
here.
I'll tell you the fattest I ever got, and this should have been a sign from the Lord above. The year I got married was about 11 years ago, and I was plumpalicious at the time.
So what were you? 210.
I got like
What were you?
I got up to
Where are
like
you packing?
I think 208 or 210 was about that highest I
Yeah,
got.
Okay.
And it
I
showed.
guessed it.
It showed, and then I slowly lost a lot of that weight. Who's huffing and puffing, King? That's what I thought.
I'm not huffing and puffing.
Pooah.
I'm innocent.
Pooah.
Wow.
I'm very innocent.
Scent of a woman. Oh, I love a scent of a woman. Not the movie.
Yeah, I bet you do,
but a
pervert.
scent of a woman.
I would flash my abs.
What?
I don't care. I still have a couple.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
hell yeah. Let's see those abs, JP.
Not now, no.
God damn it. Stop being such a tease. Fucking
You're
tease.
teasing him, man. You're teasing him.
Yes.
JP, don't tease June. You're teasing
Yes.
June, man. Just show him some skin. Show him a little skin,
Okay,
man.
skin. See? Skin.
Yeah, kids.
All right, Brian.
Skin.
Kids.
We're at an hour. What do you want to do? Are you
All right,
done?
why don't we call it a day, Joey? I hurt my leg. I have my blood test tomorrow.
Oh wait, I got to tell this story, Brian. And you know what? You could put this show on. You could cancel this show afterwards. But can you tell this full story?
Do you really want to go there, Joey?
I do.
All right, I think I don't want to hear this.
Yes,
Joey,
you do,
can I-
Dennis. Shut up and
I
listen.
don't want to hear this. Can we end the show and then tell her that? Because why do we want to save this? You can
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Go
This-
private.
this
Go
is-
private. Okay. Bye.
This story
Yeah,
is
you can listen to it. I don't care. I don't care if you hear it. I just don't want it on the air. I just.
no. I
All
got
right.
you.
Okay.
But-
All right.
But so, anything to say before we go?
You're the best, Brian.
Anything?
Yes.
Thanks, King.
Oh no. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for having me on your show.
He's going to tell us.
and
He's
sharing
going to
this
tell.
private
I'll
space.
tell the story about me. But I
right.
don't want to tell him on the air.
It's-
Anything to add,
it's-
Roby?
JP's a handsome man, and that's all.
Thank you. Love you all.
No,
Scotty?
I know what
Nobody's
you want to
more
do.
handsome than
JP.
Scott, though. Scott rules handsome here on this
Yeah,
transparency.
Scott's the best.
I'm sure anyone wants
Scott.
to hear the story. I'll put it in the thing because we're going to go off pretty soon, and you won't be able to hear the story of what
And
happened.
for the ladies, of course, it's Mandy. She takes the cake over there. So, okay, we're
So I'm
done.
going to end it. Okay. Hey, like, subscribe, leave a comment
Like,
down
subscribe.
below. Visit our website at transparencyandmerit.com. Thank you for listening.